Hello my friends, Greg Klaumanzer here, and in this video I want to talk about happiness, and happiness is a choice. I don't know about you, but have you ever thought that if you could just get more of something, more money, more time or whatever, you'd be happy? How much time have you actually spent or investigated trying to find happiness outside of yourself? How much of your time have you actually looked at, if I could just get rid of something, or if I could have less of something, I would be happy? So just kind of check in with that. How much of your time has been spent on looking for happiness outside of yourself, in terms of if I could only get more of something, or if I could only get less of something. For many people, this is a strategy of happiness. If I can just find more of something, more money, more time, more quality in relationship, more intimacy, or if I could have less of something, less stress, less headaches, less problem clients, whatever the case may be, then I would be happy. So today I want you to really think about where happiness ultimately resides. And I believe it's really an inner job in really looking at what is my view around life and how is that view impacting me. So, for example, I spent a lot of my time being what many would call very idealistic. So I have lots of beliefs and lots of ideas and lots of views in which I hold the world. And for many years, I didn't know that being right around my views around things created suffering for me. I had no idea. I thought that if I could only get other people to share my view, my worldview, my ideas, that not only would I be happy, but so would everybody else. I had no idea. And so one of the things that I've learned is that I actually have a choice. I can either be happy or I can be right. And this took me a long time to learn. I was introduced to this by one of my mentors many years ago. And he said to me, he said, "Greg, you can either be happy or be right." And I was really struck by that. But one of the big lessons that I got out of that was how much I needed to be right about things. And, at the same time, not only was my need or my desire to be right so important to me, but ultimately I was living from a right-wrong mentality. So if I was right, then somebody else had to be wrong. And what I found is that created a tremendous amount of isolation, separation, conflict, and suffering. And so this idea of either being right or being happy really started to set in over the years. And so what I now know is that for me, it's more important to be happy, to be able to dance with other people, other people's ideas, other people's opinions, also to really have compassion around my ideas and my worldviews, and to really seek to have a better understanding of myself, and really seek to just understand where other people are coming from, rather than to try to push my views on others. And what I discovered is that now I know it's much more easy to get along in life. I'm much happier when I can just allow people to be who they are, and ideally I can allow myself to be who I am. And I have found that that really increases my happiness and my ability to move through the world. So anyways, I just wanted to share these ideas. I think happiness is a choice. It's something ultimately that if we choose that, we most likely will have to look at, what do I need to let go of? And a lot of that is my rightness, my position around things, ideas, political views, spiritual views, economic views. I may need to let go of those in relationship to others to get along. because one of the things I found is that happiness really comes through connection, and that when I'm very positioned on being right, it often disconnects me from others. So in closing, I have a really nice quote that I think summarizes all this, and it goes like this: most people would rather be certain of their misery than risk being happy. So I think that speaks to our desire to be right versus our desire to be happy. So most people would rather be certain about their misery than risk being happy. So if you don't remember anything else from this video, I just want you to remember this one thing. I want you to remember this one thing, that to remember that happiness is a choice. You can either choose to be happy or choose to be right, but you can't be both. You can either choose to be happy or you can choose to be right, but you can't be both. All right, I've opened up a can of worms here. Love to hear your comments below. This is Greg Klaumanzer, business and life coach here. Thank you for watching.